You cannot lead your family or your mission if your body is soft, tired, or reactive. Most men are neglecting the main foundations to achieve what they desire in physical strength, mental clarity, and emotional power. This is what needs to change. Now in this video, I want to dive into your armor, what you get one temple, one thing of, and that is your physical body, your physical state. If we are not training this, if we're not building these foundations, you are slowly deteriorating away and becoming a softer, weaker man as the days go on. So if your design right now, if your intention is to be a stronger, more confident man in yourself, you've come to the right place. So let's break down these 4 pillars that I have that are going to help you today start in the right steps of getting the physique that you desire and deserve. Now, what you must master, every man must, to feel his most confident masculine self is number 1, your strength. Now, this comes from both training and technique, which is over time, repetition. You can do strength training, you can do some sort of martial arts, you can do a sport. You just need to feel strong in what you do. Now, when I speak about training, obviously within myself, I feel strongest when I'm lifting as well as doing a martial art training session. Muay Thai is pretty much my main one, and boxing. So where you feel confident or where you feel like that's where I start, that's where I would start if I was you. Obviously, there is a little bit of discipline required to get pushed into those areas as well, because it doesn't feel fucking good all the time. I myself didn't always want to do all this, but I did it because I had reasons that will pull me toward doing it. I didn't feel good if I didn't. How the hell can I lead someone? How the hell can I run a business? How the hell can I actually just step up as a man if I don't have the one foundation that starts things off as strength, as masculine, which is your presence, your physical being? If you don't feel good in yourself, then it's time to change. You need to step up in this space. So strength training definitely would be a good place to start because it's manageable. You can start in a position where you can go as a beginner, you can build up to an intermediate and then more of an advanced. This is what I did in my gyms that I ran with my clients, and continue to do now with the men that I coach, because I feel like when we understand this concept, when we start small, we build ourselves up, the level of comparison disappears, because what do when we start something that may be new in our lives, or we don't feel as confident doing it all the time? We start comparing ourselves to the people that do it full fucking time. They're killing it. They're lifting this amount of weight. They just look clean. Their technique is amazing, but I'm like down here and it doesn't look good and maybe I'm just not good enough. No, we need to build you up. Over time, you get better. And this stuff can take years, just like what you do in your life. Every rep you do, you get better at what you do. If you're running a business, were you great when you first started? Be fucking honest. Compared to where you are now, or your career, whatever you're doing in your line of work, would you say that you're better now than you were 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago? Of course you fucking are. Because repetition is what makes the fucking dream work. It's what makes your life it's what makes your level of expertise increase. Your growth within yourself is through repetition. So anything you do, you must repeat this over and over again to see success in your level of training. Now, once we finish the strength, we go into fuel. Number 2 is nutrition. It's also gut. Now, you'll learn as time goes on. Yes, nutrition is very important. You understand that good food is key, but we all know what good food is. You know what healthy foods are. You know what not so healthy foods are. But let's break down the not so healthy so you can start looking at what actually happens when you digest these foods. Now, number 1 that I would avoid altogether would be those highly refined sugary foods. Now you hear it all the time, but these highly refined sugary foods have different names. You may not fucking know what they are, and that's totally fine. You have different names. You could have it as glucose. You could have maltodextrin. You could have it as corn syrup. Like there's different names. Even the artificial sweeteners, stevias, and all the other crap that comes with it all can be very disruptive in your gut. It can elevate high glucose levels in your gut. This can cause insulin resistance, which is not sensitive now, and you've got those high ups and downs, which is linked to type 2 diabetes. Now, if this occurs constantly, you're going to have these big up and down, you're tired, you're pumping. Then we rely on energy drinks, we rely on coffees. Some people go as far as drugs. And what you put in and how you stabilize your blood sugar level is how you operate, how you perform. In the meantime, as all that shit goes in, I'm just discussing the sugar first. I haven't done the rest yet. But just by knowing that alone, you're disrupting your gut over time. You're chipping at it one step at a time. And it's very important you look at what you're digesting so you have a clean track. You know, you've got a conveyor belt that has all the toys lined up and it's going around, and you know, all the food. And if it's too quick at one part and not enough speed on the other part, the whole thing's it's gonna collapse. You need everything running well inside. And if it's not running well inside, there's a good chance, you probably know when you go to the toilet or how you're feeling right now. So please understand that there are certain things that may not work for you or you don't feel too good on. Another one could be processed foods, okay? Certain processed foods, the way humans have created food today isn't as good as what we used to have. And that's just how things are. Things are chemically sprayed every day. Our water is tampered with. Foods are just made with extra fillers to save money, chemicals, and different things that obviously disrupt the gut. You know, and I can go through a few lists right now, but just understand that raw whole foods are always going to be better off. And I know we hate hearing that because we kind of know, but it's like, I want to still live, Lewis. And it's great. I understand that. I'm in the exact same boat. You know, I still love my pizza. I still love to have a sweet every now and again. But see, I'm one of the lucky ones that my wife tends to make the sweets. And I find good pizza places that get imported flour from Italy because it feels better on my gut. Now, I know we don't all want to live like that, and I get that, but I find that stuff better for me. You got to figure out what works for you. Instead of going to buy a loaf of bread in your local supermarket that's been fucking sitting there for 3 weeks, go support your local bakery. Someone that does a nice sourdough bread that's been processed properly and it's got fucking 3 ingredients in it. That's the next thing that you could do around processed foods. Have a look at what's in them. Look at the ingredient list. If you can't name or don't know 3 or more ingredients on that fucking list, why are you eating it? Because it tastes good? Because you're addicted? Because you've been advertised to like it? Because your society around you, everyone's fucking doing it? Drinking, that's the third one. Alcohol. Alcohol is a toxin. It's poison going in your system. There's new studies that do show, and quote me if I'm wrong, but this is stuff that I found, that a hangover is actually someone that is like having withdrawals. Just like someone that was on heavy drugs and now having a withdrawal from that drug, therefore needing to have more to stabilize. So hangovers is like, I want to have more alcohol to stabilize how I'm feeling. So think about that from that perspective. And you know, when you look at from an alcoholic perspective, what do alcoholics do? They're constantly drinking because that's that drug that kind of stabilizes how they are. They feel normal, they feel tamed. As soon as they don't have it, they have a withdrawal. That's a hangover. So if these things are happening and you're not feeling good, have a look at some of these options right now that could be fueling in the wrong way and poisoning your inner world, your body, this one temple that you have. If you are not fueling it, you're destroying your body, your gut, everything. And that catches up with you down the line. Recovery is your third one, sleep and stress. If you are not sleeping, you're screwed. And when you're sleeping, make sure the environment is strong. Get your phone and devices away, charge them in the other room, Like make sure the light is out, cover the screens as best you can. Like when you're watching this, put a blue light screen protector on, get those blue light glasses. These things are gonna help. When you are accessing these lights constantly, you're gonna be up later and later and later. It's designed to keep you up. It's designed to chemically keep the hormones suppressed that are meant to come into the system to then naturally put you to sleep. But because we don't have access to that and we're constantly on the screen more and more, our stress levels go up, our anxiety goes up, and we're fucking wide awake late at night when really we need to be resting and sleeping to prepare for another big day. So think of your sleep supporting a full battery of charge like you would charge your phone. If you wake up the next day and you feel like you're 60% charged, good chances your sleep was fucking shit. So to improve that 60%, to get it to 80, 90, 100%, look at some of the factors that you're doing. Instead of watching TV all night, every night, constantly to late at night, read a book instead. Instead of keeping your phone close to your head or under your pillow, put it like on the floor away from you in airplane mode, away from Wi-Fi. Turn your Wi-Fi router off, put it in another room, get it away from you. Screen time is off by 7 p.m. After that, you cannot have a phone on you. Maybe TV at the latest, but no phone, no screens, no scrolling. These little steps can change the game for you. And now you're sleeping better, which also is going to help with stress. Highly stressed people are obviously not organized as well, in my view, because they go, and they're busy, and all their filler time is either scrolling or, trying to distract themselves to keep that stimulus and dopamine hit going. So those that are organized, got their shit together, have their bits and pieces and discipline to stay off these dopamine hits from phones and getting some sun and going out on the floor and grounding on the grass and actually being present with their family and having a real conversation and letting their natural chemicals like serotonin and endorphins and dopamine and oxytocin all come through, making them feel happy and bliss. We already have the chemicals that we seek from phones and people and devices and all these other things that play a big role in this artificial chemical response to feeling like we're human or good within ourselves. So keep that in mind. Breathing is super important. Through the nose, out through the mouth, just deep breaths. We don't do it. We do shallow breaths all the time. Shallow breaths mean we're fucking stressed all the time. This ain't good. We feel like we're always under the pump. We're always being attacked by something. Someone is around the corner. What the fuck is that? This is how we react in our environment if we're not focused on actually healing ourselves from the inside. So breathing out, finding true presence within self, healing the inside first so the outside feels better. And then we've got the discipline, which is your word and your routines. Your word is your bond. That's your integrity. If you say you're going to do something, follow through. Always follow through, because the more you don't, the more you lose self-respect. Self-respect is built with consistency and follow through. Very simple. If you show up every day with effort, constantly, over and over and over again, guess what? You're going to respect yourself more than ever, and you're not going to seek it from someone else. Nor are you going to try and justify to someone else why you haven't been good with this stuff. Because we tend to look for people that are yes people to give us the good feeling vibe when we're not being our best selves. If you want true friends, true family members that are going to serve you, they're the ones that are going to tell you right now, like I am to you, step the fuck up because you're better than this. And your routines, morning routine, night routine, your training routine, whatever routine you create, stay consistent. It's very fucking simple. So there are your 4 steps. If you can start working towards these 4 and elevating them, if you rated yourself out of 10 right now and you were like, all right, my training's pretty shit, it's about a 4. My nutrition, I'm not really focused on that, I'm like a 3. And then my recovery, like sleeping pretty good. I'm balancing stress a little better. It's probably about a 5, not really where I want it to be in my discipline routines. Like if I'm looking at it from a Armour perspective, like my physical strength and my body, like my work, I'm probably like boom, boom, boom. But like this stuff, probably a fucking 2. So you've got like a 40-point score, 10, 10, 10, 10, and you've rated yourself 7, 12, 14 out of 40. That's a fucking pretty low score. What can I do to get this to a 5 or a 6? What can I get this to a 4 or a 5? What can I do to get this to a 6 or a 7? What can I do to get that to a 4? Start working on these 4 steps. If working on all 4 is too hard, start with the physical first. If you can work on the physical first, it starts a ball effect. You start to immediately increase your discipline because your training's starting to get the rapid effect of consistency. Your effort's there. So now your word, like I'm following through, my routines are a lot more stronger. These two would rapidly improve together. Now, once you've got that down packed, you might notice your sleep and stress elevate automatically without you having to work on screen time or anything like that. You might consciously know about it because now you're feeling healthier doing it. Now you've got a routine around training, you start to go, fuck yeah, let's put some time into what I'm eating because I really want to get a bit more fucking leaner. Let's do that. And now my gut's feeling better. I'm not so bloated. I've got more energy. I'm less tired. And this now, within the next 4 to 8 weeks, this could be a 6, this could be a 7, this could be an 8, and this could be a 5. Next thing you know, you've got 13, 21, 26 out of 40. What an incredible turnaround in just 8 weeks. If you just put in some effort to follow even just one of these, and the first one would definitely be the one I would start you on if I was going to give you any advice here, it's going to have a trickle effect on all steps and pillars to improve your armor, your temple, and you fucking feel better. I'm telling you right now, when you actually put the time and energy into it. Now, if this has helped, if this is something you really want to work on, start. If you need further help and you want to map out a plan together, please reach out to me. There's a link that you can book in a free masculine rebuild strategy session. Within that 20, 30-minute time frame, we're going to have a plan. We'll look into this. We'll see how we can improve your armor and look at where you're at and what we can do moving forward together. And if we can work together, great. That could be something where we can start improving your stability around becoming a better masculine man for you and your family. And that's the leadership I want to see within that household that you own, because it's yours. Now, if you like this video, please give it a like and please subscribe if you want to see more of this content moving forward. But for now, have a great day and I'll see you in the next video.